USA Radio News with Wendy King.
Has lit a political firestorm, admitting that the administration has discussed the idea of moving migrant detainees to cities that protect illegal immigrants. He wants to bring a change to the immigration policy.
California certainly is always saying, oh, we want more people, and they want more people in their sanctuary cities. Well, we'll give them more people. We can give them a lot. We can give them an unlimited supply.
California is home to several sanctuary cities which refuse to cooperate with federal immigration officials. The president's position appeared to catch DHS officials off guard. Critics say the president is using migrants as pawns to go after political opponents. Democratic presidential contender Pete Buttigieg has blasted Vice President Mike Pence's cultural and religious conservatism. Pence said they used to have a great working relationship. This is USA Radio News.
What's on your bucket list? Running a marathon, hiking to the top of a mountain, or maybe surfing? What if I told you you could accomplish all of it at any age? This is Wayne Allen Root, and I'd like to introduce you to somebody that's changed my life, made me feel years younger, maybe saved my life, my Cenegenics physician, Dr. Bob Letta.
Thanks for the introduction, Wayne. At Cenegenics, we help people look and feel many years younger. We've been in business since 1997. We have locations across the United States, and we've treated over 35,000 patients worldwide. Our age management medicine is proven to work. On the Cenegenics program, you will have your own doctor, exercise counselor, and nutritionist all working together to fine-tune plans especially for you.
Thank you, Dr. Letta. I'm 57 and I feel like I'm 30 again. I feel the best of my life. I have the most energy of my life. Are you ready to start feeling the best of your life? Defy your age with Cenegenics. Call now for your free consultation at 888-YOUNGER. That's toll-free 888-YOUNGER. Or go to Cenegenics.com.
A young boy is in critical condition after plunging 3 stories at the Mall of America south of Minneapolis. Witnesses say the 5-year-old was pushed up the balcony.
We have a report over on the south side that someone just fell from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor.
We're actively trying to figure out why this occurred, whether it was an interaction up on the floor.
24-year-old Emmanuel Deshawn Aranda was charged with attempted homicide. Security is set for the big race coming up Monday in Boston. More from USA's Rick Vincent.
Boston city officials held a news conference Friday on security preparations for the Boston Marathon. Mayor Marty Walsh says police staffing levels will be typical for the marathon.
We're going to maintain our normal staffing levels in our neighborhoods and throughout the city of Boston. So as we see a larger presence in Boston, we are going to be still covering all of our districts to make sure that everyone in the city of Boston is safe that day.
On Monday, Boston will host the 123rd running of the Boston Marathon.
You're listening to USA Radio News.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Congress is beginning its 2-week spring recess with Democrats and Republicans pointing fingers at each other, as USA Radio's Chris Barnes reports from Washington.
The fingers are being pointed because lawmakers left town without approving a disaster relief bill. The deal breaker, additional hurricane recovery funds for Puerto Rico. Democrats blame Republicans for following President Trump's refusal to approve more money for that U.S. territory, even though it's still suffering from 2 huge hurricanes that slammed the island in 2017. Republicans blaming Democrats for introducing bills they know the president will veto, saying that's delaying help to Midwestern states that are recovering from this year's devastating floods. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
The president says 5G networks will transform the U.S., especially in rural America. With more, here's USA's Rick Vincent.
President Donald Trump delivered remarks Friday at the White House on 5G network deployment in the United States.
Cellular communications, networks, it's all about 5G now. We were 4G and everybody was saying we have to get 4G. Before that, we have to get 3G, and now we have to get 5G, and 5G is a big deal, and that's going to be there for a while, and I guess at some point we'll be talking to you about number 6. What do you think?
He says he wants to roll out the technology before China. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
Take us with you on your mobile device and listen anytime at usaradio.com.
If you suffer from heartburn or other digestive-related disorders, then there is a new, safe, better, and natural alternative to better digestive wellness and heartburn relief. Praxid not only provides relief of heartburn, but Praxid takes a 360-degree approach to support better digestion, protect you from harmful bacteria, and also balance your stomach to improve digestive functions.
We like to think of it as the multivitamin of digestive health.
It's the only product to combine all natural ingredients known for the digestive health properties into a single patented product. Praxid also comes in easy-to-carry packs. Praxid relieves, restores, and maintains a healthy digestive system. Praxid is available here for only $39.95. Shipping and handling is free, and your money back is guaranteed.
To take advantage of this special radio offer, call now. 1-800-829-5685. That's 1-800-829-5685. 1-800-829-5685.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
Happy Saturday morning. Hope you had a great week. We are back in the saddle, ready to go. Garden America with your garden buddies. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. I'm Bryan Main. And welcome to our Facebook viewers. Tell your friends, your family about Facebook Live. Watch us on Facebook. You can interact. You can ask questions. Also, 855-424-9825. Streaming live on Biz Talk Radio. And here in San Diego, those of you in the San Diego area can hear us on AM 1240 as we continue. All right, Tiger, John, myself, Bryan, got a great show lined up today. The topic will be chickens. We'll talk more about that later on, but things are going well. Tiger, your tomatoes are getting quite a big response on Facebook. What's going on?
So isn't that amazing? Isn't it so much fun to see something that you had no involvement with do well in your garden?
And no effort?
And no effort. So if the listeners remember last year, I had a volunteer tomato come up near where I was growing my tomatoes, and I didn't have a lot of success last year with my tomatoes that I truly planted, but this volunteer just kind of took off, and I let it go and do its own thing. I kind of left it, didn't do anything with it throughout the whole winter, and it was growing, and I saw it, and now it takes up probably a good 100 square feet. It goes up into the tree that's right by it, maybe another 12 feet up into the tree. It's fully flowering, looks beautiful, and I can't wait for it to set some fruit, see what happens with it.
And what kind of care are you giving it?
I have not given it
nothing.
Zero.
It's as if it was wild.
Yeah, there is some water in that area.
Not giving it zero means you have given it zero. Yeah. You can't use a double negative to express your thoughts.
Thank you. So thanks for John chiming in now.
We'll be speaking with John about that later this morning. But please continue, Tiger.
But yeah, there is water in the area. But again, because we've had such a great season, I haven't had the water on for 2.5, 3 months, and I just turned it on recently. But other than that, there's been
we got to credit the
no
rain.
care.
We had a lot of rain.
I heard someone on the radio say that because of all the rain, he says there's seeds that have been dormant for thousands of years that have germinated.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Man.
Well, congratulations. Go to our Facebook page. If you're not there already, check out Tiger's video. It looks like ground cover is what it looks like.
Right.
That's growing up into your tree.
It's hard to believe it's one plant.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I thought it was funny you said you were going to call it the Kifskate tomato.
I'm going to make that thing famous.
For our listeners that don't know about the Kifskate rose, was a rose that Tiger and I saw when we were in England, and it's famous for its size because it's
massive.
Probably, like 30 feet tall?
Yep.
With maybe 60 feet wide? Yeah,
and it didn't seem like it was ending. Like it didn't seem like it had stopped growing.
Unbelievable. Prevent aphids from happening, but if there's no aphids, the ladybugs will take off, right?
There's nothing for them to eat.
Exactly. So I'm going to wait because things look too good right now. It's springtime. It's great weather this weekend.
Right.
It's beautiful. So, yeah, that's good. Don't buy ladybugs unless you need them.
Right. And And that's the thing that people will do is they'll be like, oh, I got one plant with aphids, and they put ladybugs out there, and then the ladybugs will eat all those aphids probably within 3 to 4 days,
And then boom,
and then they're gone.
They fly over to your neighbor's house.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you got to have a steady crop of bugs for them. And aside from aphids, John, ladybugs are known to eat what other?
Ladybugs actually don't eat a lot of aphids.
Right.
The adults. It's
Right.
the larvae,
larvae
that eat, maybe 100 times what an adult ladybug will eat.
Wow.
And you should Google ladybug larva and look at the images, because most people would kill those if they saw them on their plants. So you need to know,
because they don't know what they are.
Yeah, well, they're kind of scary looking. It looks like a pest that you don't want.
Like if you magnified it, it would scare you.
You know what it reminds me of?
You don't even have to magnify it. It looks scary.
Do you remember that dinosaur that was kind of short and stocky and had a hard-shelled back, and on its tail had that big wrecking ball thing?
You know what that is? It's a stegosaurus.
No, not the stegosaurus.
Oh,
with
I
the
know.
plates.
It looked like a turtle.
It looked like a turtle, but on the back of its tail had that big spiky ball. That's what the ladybug larvae looks like, but it's red and black, and it doesn't have the spiky ball.
Now, I don't
tail.
remember that dinosaur because I wasn't there. John, do you remember the dinosaur? I don't recall.
You remember running from it a couple times.
Tiger says, you remember that dinosaur we came across in our last trip?
If there was life in another galaxy and they had a telescope powerful enough to see Earth, would they see dinosaurs because they were so many light years away from us?
Well, that's the same theory that a lot of stars that burned out thousands of years ago, we're still getting the light because they're so far away. Did you see what they discovered a black hole for the first time?
Yeah.
55 million light years away, they photographed the first black hole.
That's crazy.
So if you have any astronomy questions, we'll take that too here.
And did you see what it looked like?
Yes, a horseshoe.
It looked like a black hole.
Like a black hole, yeah. Exactly, black hole.
It said that the black hole drew everything into it, right?
Yeah, because light couldn't escape. It's that powerful.
It said it also could draw time into it. I didn't get that.
Well, time and space. And there's a theory now, this is just a theory, that if you were to travel the universe, that those black holes are actually shortcuts to some other, in other words, what would normally take you 1,000 years to travel someplace, you could travel there, like, say, in a week.
That's how they got warp speed originally.
Exactly.
By going through
Ain't got no more
holes.
power, Captain. Hey, John, you got a great quote of the week from Mr. Thoreau, don't you?
I do, and Henry David Thoreau said that, though I do not believe that a plant will spring up where no seed has been, I have great faith in a seed. Convince me that you have a seed there, and I'm prepared to expect wonders.
Was he a gardener?
He was a naturalist.
That's why he's so smart. That's a great quote. Naturalist. You're kind of a naturalist, aren't you?
Speaking of seeds, you're going to come and help me for shipping a week from tomorrow.
Yep.
And you'll see the dancing geisha.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think I planted them too late, and I'm not sure we'll have any for
shipping?
Our listeners for shipping.
How tall are they right now?
Half an inch.
mine are an inch. What was mine called again? The
Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah. But
So
I
I'm
think what happens is
excited.
once they germinate and get to a certain size, I think they start growing a lot faster.
Yeah.
So it's still possible. I put some fertilizer on them Friday, and we'll see what happens.
What'd you use? A water soluble?
I used
grow powder or something.
Tiger Bloom.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's your Tiger Bloom company?
I'm still not getting those checks.
I want to support the cause for Tiger Bloom. I figured,
I didn't want to use anything that had too much nitrogen because, our shipping containers are only so big, and if the plants outgrow them, we can't ship them. Then I got to give them to Tiger, and he goes and sells them in his nursery.
Yeah.
I've got a nitrogen deficiency in one of my aquariums. I'm very familiar with nitrogen.
You know what? I have I have 3 flats of freesias that have bloomed out at the nursery. So excited to plant them in my yard because, they're just going to come back so easy for me. And, we're not going to do anything at the nursery.
The hybrid freesias don't really do that well in the ground for coming back. And we remember, what was the name of the company, the bulb company back east, and we had Scott on our show a few times.
Scott Quigley?
No, Scott. My mind just went blank.
No, I know who you're talking about.
It was is it Heirloom Bulbs or something like that?
Well, that sounds familiar, but I couldn't be sure.
Anyway, he had a freesia, a white freesia that naturalized and was extremely hardy and spread like crazy. God, I can't think of that. I think it's heirloom bulbs.
You know, come to the show more prepared.
Well, I didn't know Tiger was going to talk about freesias.
Yeah, you just got to mix it up.
There's a rose called freesia.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a rose called anything.
Just about.
Yeah, are there any good names left to
I
give
know,
roses?
There's none.
I'm going to come up with one. That's still
In
my
Europe,
goal.
they trademark their names. Some companies like Mayan in France and Cordes in Germany. And they'll sell the rose for like 10, 15 years, and then they stop selling it, and they'll develop a new rose, and they'll just use the same name because they own the
name.
trademark.
Yeah.
Well, that's confusing to somebody looking for
Very
a rose.
confusing because you'll have 3 or 4 roses with the exact same name.
It's kind of like Disney, trying to figure out which Little Mermaid I'm going to watch.
Right? Hey, we hope your daughter feels better, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's a little under the weather.
No softball today.
Nope. Yeah.
Got to take care. All right, 16 minutes after the hour. Got a break coming up. Still trying to get a hold of our guest. We'll be talking about chickens?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about backyard chicken keeping. Shelley Whitehouse with the Smart Coop is going to be on the phone, and we're going to learn all that you need to know about keeping chickens in your backyard.
Okay, a lot of jokes, but we'll refrain from that. As we continue, John Bagnasco is with us, Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan, Maine, 16 after the hour. Those of you on Facebook, welcome. Questions, comments, your best bet right there on Facebook, especially as we kick off with our guest. You can also call us at 855-424-9825. John doesn't like it, but maybe John at GardenAmerica.com. Skip it. Anyway, got to take a break. Right back after this on your Saturday morning.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide home security for your home for less than $1 a day. For real, with no installation or equipment charges. And this is from a company rated #1 by a leading consumer research company. According to the facts, most of you won't even call unless there's a burglary in your neighborhood or something bad happened. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-915-8941.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Do you have a car, truck, van, or SUV you're not using? You can donate your unwanted vehicle
Go to Patriotic Hearts to help our veterans, and you'll get a tax deduction for your donation. In today's troubled world, our USA Armed Forces stand ready to protect you, your family, and our American way of life. When veterans return to civilian life, they deserve your recognition and support. You can help put vets to work by donating your car, truck, van, or SUV to Patriotic Hearts. Your donation will directly support programs to help vets find jobs or even start their own business. Donate today for fast, free pickup of your vehicle, running or not. Operators are standing by to answer questions about making a tax-deductible vehicle donation. Call 800-330-2462 for 24-hour response. Again, 800-330-2462. 800-330-2462.
Missed an episode of your favorite show? No worries. Catch all the episodes on demand at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back. Thank you for your Facebook questions, your comments, and future topics. We do appreciate that. We will definitely try to help you out in terms of the various areas that you have interest in, so on and so forth here. Biz Talk Radio streaming, also 855-424-9825. Best bet right there on Facebook, questions, comments. Tiger, I want to read something quickly about the neem tree.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have it in front of me now, but we had a comment from one of our listeners that said that they had a customer from India, and in every village in India, they would plant a neem tree. And every morning, the villagers would go out to the tree, pull off a branch, and they would brush their teeth with it. But, you know, neem is an excellent pesticide, fungicide, and also ingesting it, and they said it was good for worms.
Apparently good toothpaste as well,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and good toothpaste.
Hey, go to our website, gardenamerica.com. We'll talk more about that later on. Right now, though, we're going to get foul.
There are going to be so many fun little one-liners during today's interview, right?
Absolutely.
Because we have Shelly Whitehouse with the Smart Chicken Coop, and you know she's a expert in chickens by experience. You know, she created this Smart Chicken Coop based on her own experiences with keeping backyard chickens. And that's one of the things that I think people have the most trouble with is keeping a chicken is okay, but having a home for it in your backyard is sometimes a difficult task.
John had chickens, right, John, in the past?
No.
No?
Yes, you did.
Never had a chicken in my life.
Really? They taste really good. Go to KFC. go ahead, Tiger.
So, Shelly, good morning. Are you with us?
I sure am. Looking forward to talking chickens.
All right, all right. So, Shelly, tell us, let's start off by introducing yourself and who you are and how you got involved with the Smart Chicken Coop.
I would start it way back in the 1980s. I was working out of college in the coveted investment banking job, which was wonderful except for the fact that I didn't dig it. And my boyfriend at the time said, well, what would you rather be doing? And I said, I've always wanted to work on a cattle ranch. So I actually quit that job and ended up moving to Wyoming, lived on a 60,000-acre cattle ranch in the middle of nowhere. That was great. It was really fun, but I ended up missing that boy. So I moved back to the city and got married, had 3 kids, raised them. They're now grown. They've moved off. I did all the working things. Got to a situation where I was back with a crossroads. What am I going to do to make my life more interesting and more grounded? Gosh, I'm using all these great things that are two-tones. But anyway, so what I did is we ripped out the garden. We ripped out the lawn for the garden, and we put in vegetables. We put in fruit trees. And my daughter kicked me into high gear when she dropped off 3 chickens. She decided that she wanted to move to a traditional Mayan village. And I hated birds. They're kind of got those freaky leg things and the beaks. So I wasn't too psyched about it, but that was my Christmas present for that year was to get a chicken coop for these 3 chickens that I had.
Oh, that's so funny.
One of the crazy things that happens when you've got chickens is you like them. They're hilarious. They interact with each other. They interact with you. They've got little personalities that are different. And I ended up wanting more chickens, which is very something anybody who's had chickens knows this experience. But there is a difference between and chickens that are raised on a ranch. And that's, I think, what we need to stress.
Yeah. And with that, there's different varieties that are kind of more pet chickens, right? I mean, you don't just see the classic white chickens in your backyard. Usually there's some character to them and, different varieties that are known for different things, right?
Exactly. There's a great resource. You can find them on the internet too, easily, that tell you which chickens are docile, which are good for laying different colored eggs, which ones lay at a high rate, which ones lay at a low rate. So if you're a backyard chicken person, you want to end up with these docile chickens that lay lots of eggs.
But you know what? When you think of growing or think of raising chickens, it's not just putting chickens in your backyard. First of all, assuming you're allowed to have chickens in your neighborhood, how much space do you need, Shelley? And then what type of facility do you put them in? I mean, if you let them run around the backyard and you're out in the country, like coyotes are going to get them, the neighborhood dogs are going to get them. What do you do?
Some kind of a shelter, right, Shelley?
Well, the most critical time to keep your chickens safe is at night, because it's the nighttime predators who can be most aggressive. And so you will find, even in ranch settings, that people will lock their chickens up at night and let them free range during the day. You do risk, when you're letting your chickens free range, them being eaten by wandering dogs, like you said. Hawks are a big issue. But for those of us in backyards, in suburban backyards, we don't have to worry necessarily about coyotes if we've got a fence around our yard. It's just the hawks and stuff. So you do want to have a chicken coop for the nighttime, and then a run or a yard that keeps them enclosed.
Do they come back at night, or do you have to chase them all over the yard and put them in the pen?
Have you heard the saying, going home to roost?
Yes, I have.
That is in fact, okay, well, that is in fact what chickens do. They put themselves to bed. There are all kinds of idioms that we have in our language that are based on chickens, which I had no idea until I started watching them. And one of them is going home to roost. They put themselves to bed at dusk, or a little bit after dusk. And so all you have to do actually is just close their chicken door, and they're in. You don't have to go round them up like cows or something.
Hey, so Shelley, right now on our Facebook Live feed, I just posted the picture of the red chicken coop from the Smart Chicken Coop Company, and I'm going to go ahead and make it full screen right now.
That's a nice little red coop.
It's got the red walls. You got 3 chickens out front of it. So when we're talking about this home, this was one that you designed based on your experiences of kind of like the little things that we just mentioned, someplace safe for them to go in at night, somewhere for them to roost. So what separates your guys' chicken coop that you designed from other chicken coops out there?
Well, the most important thing we found is that traditional chicken coops can be pretty darn ugly and big, and they don't look good in a backyard. They all do serve the function if they're built well enough.
Hey, Shelley, we got to interrupt you. So we got to take a break. So hold that thought. We're going to talk about the difference again between your coops and other coops when we return. Shelley, thank you for your patience. Going to pay a few bills and to honor our sponsors here on Garden America. As we approach 30 minutes after the hour, Bryan, Maine, Tiger, Palafox, John Bagnasco. Happy weekend here from Garden America.
Biz Talk Radio is now available on Amazon Echo. Just add the Biz Talk Radio skills, then ask Alexa for the latest business news. You'll instantly get live, relevant information from the best business source. Biz Talk Radio. Alexa, open Biz Talk Market Tips.
This message is sponsored by AmeriGlide, featuring the nation's best prices on a home stair lift. Are you having a difficult time getting around your home? Do you avoid going up and down the stairs? Have you even considered moving from your lifelong home just to avoid the stairs? Forget about moving and call AmeriGlide and learn how an easy-to-install stair lift is the perfect solution to help you get your freedom back. Plus, we guarantee the nation's best prices. Make this free call today to learn more. No sales visits are necessary. We can help you over the phone. Now you can stay in the home you've been in for decades. Please do yourself or your loved one a favor. Make this simple 2-minute call right now. Get the lowest price on a stair lift anywhere. Here's the number: 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. That's 800-886-7342.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you: printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-557-6095 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-557-6095 for your free author submission kit. Again, call 800-557-6095.
I can't get my computer to work.
Let me help you with that.
How'd you do that?
I just got techie with Geeks on Site.
Our geeks literally come on site. No need to stop what you're doing or block off time. We come to your home, office, or wherever you are. And we don't just fix whatever computer issues you might be having. We explain and teach you along the way so you can feel empowered and then help others at home or in your office. Better yet, don't have time for tech support to come to you? Let us remote into your desktop or laptop, and one of our geeks will instantly walk you through. Call 1-800-584-9039 and we will help you instantly. We offer affordable prices on our remote services and IT support. You and those in your office will never have to wait hours to have your technical questions answered. Get your free computer diagnosis today with your very own geek. Call 1-800-584-9039. That's 1-800-584-9039. And get started now.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to wavewater411.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to wavewater411.com. That's wavewater411.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Watch some of your favorites on Biz TV. Check to see if you get Biz TV by going to biztv.com. And now back to Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open. 844-9825 or john@gardenamerica.com.
Hey, this is a great time. You have questions, chickens, particularly today, with our guest. Call us 855-424-9825. Better yet, post your questions, your comments right there on Facebook Live, streaming Biz Talk Radio, john@gardenamerica.com. Right. And Tiger, we want to get back because in the middle of this conversation about her coops compared to other coops.
Yeah, and
Shelley?
Based on experience of having chickens in a backyard, what would be the best coop
I
for
think
it?
the bottom line is her coops are very cool.
Cool coops by Shelley.
I mean, who wouldn't want to have one of those? It really fits into your backyard.
Yeah.
The other nice thing, now I'm talking over Shelley because I know she's ready to go.
You're excited. It's okay.
But Shelley, tell us a little bit about what the chickens can do in your garden as far as taking bugs, snails, things like that.
Okay, well, that's a very good question because chickens love to eat bugs. And we have this idea that chickens are going to make our gardening life super easy. And in fact, they do, as long as you are paying attention to them, because they also like to eat lettuce. They also like to eat your zucchinis, and you'll end up having to share most of your produce.
You just buy more produce.
That's why I actually put, it's true. I actually was very, very friendly with the vegetable guy at Ralph's because I kept running out of produce. So I'd get all the leftovers from him and just drop them into the chicken run. But the way I handled it is I made runs. So my entire backyard, the fences, the walls around my yard, I fenced in like 4 feet so that they had 25 feet on each side and 50 feet across the back because I couldn't handle waking up and finding the chickens having decimated my garden.
Yeah, they can be pretty destructive sometimes, huh?
Yeah, but the fun thing is that they're great companions. So if I'm digging a hole, trying to put in a new rose bush or something, they're right there next to me, digging along. It makes it a little challenging when you're using the shovel, but they're really fun. Yeah. And here's the best thing. They love snails. So what I ended up doing was paying, because we went through our snails in our yard really quickly. So I ended up paying the neighborhood kids to bring snails from their yard into mine, not into my yard, so that they could then throw them into the chicken. Oh, the chickens would go crazy. It was like throwing candy to little kids.
Little escargot for the chickens.
It sounds almost too good to be true, but now I suppose it would be asking too much to say that you might be able to train chickens to kill gophers.
Well, okay. You can train them. In fact, I have heard of people who toilet train their chickens.
Oh, wow.
It's not something I ever tried, but I do. I teach my it's close.
Wow, that is good.
That's great.
I have one last question because I know Tiger has a lot that he wants to ask you too, and this probably is something you know nothing about, but I'm building a new home and I'm considering chickens, but the other thing I'm considering is guinea fowl, and I wondered if you had any experience with those, and if not, that's fine.
I have no experience with guinea fowl, and I can just say to you, why in the world would you do that when you could have a chicken?
Yeah, John.
Well, I don't know. I wish I did. I do like all the different types of chickens. I remember, was it maybe 30, 40 years ago, getting an order from Murray McMurray Hatchery, and we got those little, I don't even know if they ship live live fowl in the mail anymore.
Yeah.
But I remember them coming and opening the box, and we didn't have chickens, but we had little ducklings and little geese. So.
Oh, that's what you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you had chickens.
No. Never had a chicken, but looking at Shelley's coops,
that's worth it in itself.
I would buy the coop, and then once you've got the coop, you've got to put a chicken in it.
Definitely. Hey, Shelley, we did have a question come across from one of our Facebook viewers about Newcastle syndrome with chickens. Are you familiar with that problem?
It's really scary for people who have any kind of poultry or even wild birds. It's a rampant virus it's moving its way north. It's now over in Arizona, and it's highly contagious. What's happening, though, is that the California Department of Food and Agriculture is quarantining. And in fact, they just recently, in the last few days, are starting to ask certain neighborhoods in Los Angeles County to euthanize their birds to prevent the spread. It's really quite serious.
And are you familiar enough? Can you tell us what are some characteristics of the problem that people can watch out for with their chickens?
They become quite lethargic and lose their appetite. They end up with diarrhea. It's like having the flu as a human, it seems to me. But chickens also get their eyelids swell up and they ooze fluids from their nose, and that causes all kinds of respiratory issues. And it's very hard to keep them alive at that point. And then the other thing the government's asking you to do is to report this. In fact, by law or by mandate, you must report if you have a sick bird, because they're so concerned about it taking over the nation, actually.
Yeah. And I do want to mention, because we have chickens at our garden center, and we are in an urban environment, and they kind of run around the nursery, and we know a lot of people in the neighborhood that have chickens. If you are interested in doing a backyard chicken coop, a lot of areas are becoming more knowledgeable with problems or health concerns. A lot of veterinarian services are actually offering some help to chickens, but it still is not the equivalent to a cat or a dog. And I will tell people right now that when you do have a sick chicken, when you have a problem with the chicken, a lot of the first response is, just put it down, get a new one. It's not the your dog has hip dysplasia, we'll do a surgery on it, and stuff like that. And so you have to be ready to make that call when you have a pet like this, because like Shelley's mentioning, they do become part of the family. They have a personality. The last thing you want to ever do is put them down, but they're just not the same as a normal home pet. Every once in a while you can find a veterinarian that's going to help you in some way.
Right.
But for the most part, the vets are all like, we just put them down and, move along.
Unless you know a good exotic pet center.
Yeah.
Some of the more exotic places may know what they're doing. Is that, Shelley, would you agree with that statement that an exotic vet versus a regular vet, if you have that problem?
Well, many of us belong to associations, and one of the information areas that we share is which vets in the area will treat our pet chickens. So if you belong or can get involved with a chicken group, and they're all over the place, these people will know how you can get your pet chicken treated.
That's good because for the
what do you do?
The layperson, they just kind of don't know. And but if you get into a group, I'm sure there's quite a list of people in the area that work with chickens and help keep them. So we kind of went off topic a little bit, Shelley, but back to the backyard chickens. We were talking about your coop before. It's kind of based on a lot of experience. I see that the lower level is kind of open. You've got the upper level that is more of, I think, the roosting area. What other aspects of your coop make it smart? What other aspects of the coop make it more easy for people to use?
The thing that makes our coop the most differentiated from our competitors, I think, is the ease of use. So most coops, chickens poop. I'm sure you're aware of that. But
Wait, what? What?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But if you have a smart chicken coop, that poop doesn't bug you as much because it falls all the way down to the ground. rather than onto a solid surface, which is very typical in other chicken coops. And when it stays in a shelf, it stays moist and then it smells. So we designed our coop so that poop falls down to that screen area and it dries out so it doesn't smell. That means
I'm sorry, go ahead, Shelley.
less cleaning. Far less cleaning.
So do you think it's any coincidence that coop and poop rhyme?
They both have two O's in them, that's for sure.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break and wrap things up, right?
Yeah,
Tiger?
when we get back, Shelley, we're going to go ahead and make sure all of our listeners get all the good contact info for you to be able to ask any more questions and find out where they can get your coop from.
Okay, do stay with us. Going to take a break. Coming back with Shelley as we wrap up our chicken talk this morning. 855-424-9825, John at GardenAmerica.com, Facebook Live. Welcome. Thank you for your support. This is Garden America. It is almost 46 minutes after the hour as we step aside, take a break on your Saturday morning.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Do you owe $10,000 or more on at least 2 federal student loans? Then you may qualify for new programs offered by the Department of Education. These programs can reduce your interest, lower your payments, and possibly qualify you for loan forgiveness. If you have $10,000 or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. Student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan debt. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute free call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to $500,000 cash infusion. Call a NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait.
Call 800-605-5370. 800-605-5370. Call 800-605-5370.
If you suffer from heartburn or other digestive-related disorders, then there is a new, safe, better, and natural alternative to better digestive wellness and heartburn relief. Praxid not only provides relief of heartburn, but Praxid takes a 360-degree approach to support better digestion, protect you from harmful bacteria, and also balance your stomach. I like to think into a single patented product. Praxid also comes in easy-to-carry packs. Praxid relieves, restores, and maintains a healthy digestive system. Praxid is available here for only $39.95. Shipping and handling is free, and your money back is guaranteed.
To take advantage of this special radio offer, call now. 1-800-829-5685. That's 1-800-829-5685. 1-800-829-5685.
From Main Street to Wall Street, we have the business content you need. So sit back, take notes, and tell your friends about Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
Right back here, 51 minutes after the hour. We're going to wrap things up. But John, Shelley, quickly before we get back to you, John's got a question from his email. John?
Yeah, this is from a listener in Foothill Ranch, Shelley. And she says, hi, guys. Please ask Shelley about raising chickens from chicks versus buying them full grown.
Good question. Shelley?
Most people who have kids should consider strongly buying chicks rather than full-grown chickens. And the reason is because when you have them in your house and you're holding them, they end up bonding with you a lot more strongly than what you would typically see if it's been raised on some ranch. So the benefit is that you've got chickens that pay more attention. The drawback for some is that you've got chicks in your house. You have to keep them under a heat lamp. And that can be a problem for some people, but it's really fun, and I think it's worth it.
Hey, I'm sorry, Tiger. One last question from me, Shelley. What is the lifespan of a chicken normally?
Well, if you are a meat chicken, it's about 8 weeks. If you are a chicken that lays eggs, they, for commercial purposes, it's about 2 years, because once they hit their 2-year birthday, they aren't laying them as well, and it's not worth keeping them. But for those of us in our yards raising chickens, I would say the average is about 7 years, but they can sometimes live to 12 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Very good.
Yeah. And Shelley, you wanted to make a comment about the predator aspect of the coop.
Yeah, I want to make certain that people who are considering chickens pay attention to the fact that you must have this coop be predator proof. Now, our coop, that you have a predator proof chicken coop. You also want it to be well ventilated, and you want easy access to your chickens. And finally, you want quality materials, because you will, I promise you, Kate, I know there are a few people here who might disagree, but chickens are really fun. You're going to end up keeping them. So spend your money ahead of time, because you'll end up buying a new coop anyway.
And I did post that screenshot of all the info for your company with your contact information on it, your email address, your phone number, your guys' website. We still have a few questions coming in. One of them is from someone who says, I'm not a very good builder. Do you guys have good instructions for how to put together your coops? Do you guys put together your coops as a whole?
Are they pre-built?
And are they pre-built? And all of that info is on Shelley's website. Shelley, go ahead and give our listeners your website for us.
My website is thesmartchickencoop.com.
Yeah, it's thesmartchickencoop.com. If you just Google Smart Chicken Coop, she's the first person that pops up. Lots of good info, lots of good videos, lots of good resources that she links to for keeping backyard chickens. thank you very much, Shelley. Everybody's really enjoyed it. A lot
Yeah.
of good comments out there. I'm sure that if you're still sticking around, maybe you can be on the Facebook feed answering comments, as well as people ask them. And thank you very much for joining us, and have a good rest of the weekend, Shelley.
Thank you, Shelley.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys be well.
Take care. Okay. I want a chicken now. See, I do.
What was it? What was that show? Friends, and they had a duck.
Yeah, he had a duck. What's his name? Had a duck.
A duck and something else. Was it a chicken?
A monkey.
Yeah,
yes.
a monkey.
Yeah, he had a monkey and a duck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a chicken and a
The
duck.
monkey was on the early episodes of Friends.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway,
Chickens.
Well, Tiger, your backyard. Could you be a chicken guy if you wanted to be?
If I didn't have chickens at the nursery,
you would.
I would for sure, no problem at all. But since I have chickens at the nursery, I'm not too motivated to get chickens at my house.
You can go to the nursery and enjoy them.
Yeah, but I definitely want to have some critters. We talked on the show before about pygmy goats. I wouldn't mind a pig. I definitely want to have some animals.
You know what? Pigs are smart.
Oh yeah,
they're one of the smartest animals out there.
Yeah,
you can train them in everything.
Yeah, our neighbor has a pig, and it's a fun animal to be around. Yeah,
it's so funny. A pig, John. You should get pigs. Come on.
I don't know. Our good friend Kathy is trying to discourage me on the guinea fowls.
and if anybody knows it's Kathy, she has all kinds of animals.
Thank you. And Kathy has experience. She knows.
Well, I was thinking during this conversation about when Bruce and Sharon and I visited Kathy up in Eureka, and she showed us her chicken pen with her girls, as she calls them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think. There was maybe a dozen, maybe more at the time, but a dozen chickens. And she just posted that she now has 60.
I was going to say, she has a lot more than a dozen now. I follow her on Facebook, and I see when she opens up the coop, and it's just this. It reminds me of one of those clown cars where they just keep emptying
keep
out.
coming out.
It's hilarious.
Who doesn't like a clown car now and then?
Yeah, right.
Well, they do they do have their own personalities. So
yeah.
And there's so many different types, like you were saying, Tiger. Is it the Polish hens, the ones, or the Cornish ones, the ones with the feather headdresses, and
there are chickens that don't look like chickens.
Yeah.
Basically, there's so many kinds of chickens, and they're very, very responsive. Responsive.
We have this one chicken at the nursery, which is called Coco, and she's a bit crazy. And the other day, and we're in Mission Hills, which is kind of central San Diego for people that don't know the area. It's a neighborhood, but it's still very city-ish, right? And this is probably the first time anybody in the Mission Hills area has seen this happen, but she's in the middle of the street. It's a two-way street. She's in the middle of the street, just sitting there. And so there's 5 cars backed up on both sides of her. People are out of their car trying to get her to move away from the street, and she just keeps walking in a circle. And I'm like yelling because I see this from a distance. Just pick her up and move her,
So your chickens can come and go?
Oh, yeah, they just run around the nursery. I mean, we have a coop like we talk about. They go in at night.
But during the daytime,
they just run around the nursery.
But they can get out in the street then, too.
They can, yeah. But
there's
they're
a
not
picture
smart
of you on the internet holding a chicken. Is that the one?
No, not that one. But, yeah, Coco is a piece of work because and she'll
just
sitting there.
Walks along, drops one, and keeps going.
Yeah.
Hey, the music means hour number 1 is over. Finny, we're going to take a little break here. News coming up on many of these BizTalk Radio stations, affiliates. We do appreciate that. Thank you to BizTalk Radio. We are back for hour number 2, 6 minutes after. We continue on Facebook Live. Questions, comments, get them ready. We'll go back to talking more about horticulture plants. Hour number 2, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan Main. Stay with us right here, Garden America on your weekend.
Listen on the go. Download the BizTalk Radio app. Available on iOS, Android, and BlackBerry. BizTalk Radio. The opinions you hear on BizTalk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, BizTalk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on BizTalk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about BizTalk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. This is BizTalk Radio, America's home.
USA Radio News with Robin Walensky.
President Trump sending more troops to the U.S.-Mexico border and is considering a plan to release illegal aliens into sanctuary cities like San Francisco, where House Speaker Nancy Pelosi lives. President Trump tweeting a video of Minnesota Congresswoman Democrat Ilhan Omar making her statement that some people did something on 9/11. She never mentions radical Islamic terrorists. Now edited into this video actual footage from the terrorist attack 17 and a half years ago.
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something.
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit.
Some people did something.
Oh my goodness, there is smoke pouring out of the Pentagon.
Some people did something.
And President Trump tweeting above the video in all caps, "We will never forget." You're listening to USA Radio News.
Ask yourself, if you built a van for your business, where would you start? At the beginning, of course, with the people who invented the work van over 100 years ago, Mercedes-Benz. You'd give your new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter advanced technology and safety to keep you connected and protected. You'd make it available in diesel and gas, and there would be thousands of configurations and upfits to choose from, because your one-of-a-kind business deserves nothing less than a van that's built for you. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, the safest, most innovative Sprinter yet, starting at just $33,790. Built for you, the all-new Sprinter. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
MSRP excludes all options, taxes, title, registration, transportation charge, and dealer prep fee. Options, model availability, and actual dealer price may vary. See dealer for details about costs and terms. Equipment described as optional.
Democrats are complaining about a Trump administration decision to cut all U.S. aid to El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras to stop migrants from heading to the U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says spending hundreds of millions of dollars hasn't helped in the past.
What the Trump administration is trying to do is saying, hey, we're prepared to help, we're prepared to engage, we're prepared to support, but you have to take serious efforts, whether it's in Guatemala, El Salvador, in Nicaragua, and Mexico for that matter too. We need those nations to ensure that their people aren't making this dangerous transit across Mexico and coming into our country illegally.
Democratic presidential candidate Robert O'Rourke likens President Donald Trump to an arsonist on immigration, suggesting the president's policies are worsening the migrant situation on the U.S. southern border. The Texas Democrat tells the David Axelrod show on CNN that Trump is the arsonist who gets the credit for putting out the fire. The chairman of the House Oversight Committee, Democratic Congressman Elijah Cummings, said Friday he intends to subpoena the president's accountant on Monday for Trump's financial records. This is USA Radio News.
The best sleep of my life has been since I got a MyPillow and since I got my Giza Dream sheets. I have to tell you, I've slept in some great hotels in my time, but nothing like these Giza Dreams sheets. Now go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams sheet special. You'll find out all about them and use my promo code USA to get 30% off and free shipping. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams sheet special, use my promo code USA.
A suspect is in custody for attempted murder, accused of throwing a child off a balcony. More from USA's Wendy King.
A young boy is in critical condition after plunging 3 stories at the Mall of America south of Minneapolis. Witnesses say the 5-year-old was pushed up the balcony.
We have a report over on the south side that someone just fell from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor.
We're actively trying to figure out why this occurred, whether it was an interaction up on the floor.
24-year-old Emmanuel Deshawn Aranda was charged with attempted homicide.
President Trump wants to send illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities across the country. More from John Clemens.
Mr. Trump has gone on Twitter to confront the radical left over their objections to a plan to transport illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities.
They want more people in their sanctuary cities. Well, we'll give them more people. We can give them a lot. We can give them an unlimited supply.
Mr. Trump said if Democrats don't want to change our very dangerous immigration laws, we're giving strong consideration to placing illegal immigrants in sanctuary cities only. He added the radical left always seems to have an open borders, open arms policy, so this should make them very happy. I'm John Clemens.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un spoke to his country's parliament Friday, indicating he has an end-of-the-year deadline for the U.S. to reach agreement on a nuclear plan, but agreement on a third summit has yet to be set, if at all. His speech came hours after Trump and the visiting South Korean president met in Washington and agreed on the importance of nuclear talks with the North. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson.
Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
It is hour number 2, 6 minutes after. Back with John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, Bryan Main. Thank you for supporting our show. Go to gardenamerica.com anytime, any 24/7. We're open. And I guess, John, that would mean that we're open for business on gardenamerica.com too, right? With merchandise and things?
That's true.
Yeah, got the, midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
But, unfortunately...
Is that a big but?
Unfortunately, we're out of a lot of items. Triple grafted tomatoes, completely sold out.
Wow.
And
you got to respond fast when we post it.
And probably about 10 varieties of tomatoes were already sold out for the year. And nothing we can do to get more. So... get those quick. The thing that we start shipping Monday for the first time are the yellow geraniums. And, they're $7.95 each, but if you go online, you can get a 3-pack for, God, it's under $20.
It's under $20 for 3, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really good. And yellow geraniums are really cool. Usually don't see those. They're a relatively new introduction to the gardening market. And then also on Monday, we're starting to ship yacon, which I didn't know anything about. It's one of those Peruvian superfoods and extremely hardy and take freezing temperatures without any problem, and has kind of a sunflower-like bloom, small, but you eat the roots the same way you would jicama or something like that. You can use them in stir-fries, salads, freshened salads.
Wow.
Really cool. And we have 2 varieties, the white and the purple.
Okay, well, one thing we love about Garden America, and hopefully you do too, no matter what the topic, no matter what the conversation, anything that's on your mind, you can ask. And with that, John and Tiger, we have a blueberry question from, is it Jan? It is Jan. Blueberry question. John, do you see that? Tiger, do you see that?
Not on mine.
Yeah, it says, any good hints on growing blueberries? Do they need a pollinator?
What about blueberries, John? That we know they're very good antioxidants.
Most blueberries do not need a pollinator, but there are a few. And it depends where you are, Jan, on the type of blueberries that you grow. Because up until, God, it was 20 years ago, you could not grow blueberries in Southern California. It just didn't get cold enough. But they developed varieties of what's called southern highbush blueberries, and those do really well, so well that there's even commercial blueberry production in San Diego County now. Yep. And most of those varieties do not need a pollinator, but the one tip is they all need extremely acid soils. So use acid fertilizers, the same thing you would use for camellias, azaleas, or use cottonseed meal if you want an organic food. Cottonseed meal is great because it's good fertilizer and it acidifies the soil.
Now,
and it's organic.
on the watering, because a lot of times they'll get kind of burnt tips on a lot of the blueberries I've seen. Is it kind of like the same thing with the Japanese maple, where our water, because it contains a lot of salts and stuff, would it be good to use? I mean, it's always better to use like a rainwater, rain barrel, but is that anything specific to the blueberry, or is that just something that I've noticed on some of the varieties here?
The more acid the soil is, the less likely that is to occur.
Got it.
So usually if you see that burning, it's a sign that your soil's too alkaline.
Okay. Yeah, because, that's a...
And that's the same thing with maples, by the way.
Is it? You can...
If you will fertilize those with acid fertilizers...
That'll help kind of...
It'll help.
Okay.
Won't help with the thread leaf type. I mean, those are going to burn to a crisp no matter what. Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, so... And then... the one thing I will say, though, with blueberries, also, if you are growing them, you have to protect them from birds, because... they will come down and they will swoop those blueberries so quick. It's amazing. You'll not have a bird in your yard for years, and you'll put 2 or 3 blueberry bushes out there, and next thing you know, you have a whole murder of crows and doves.
Exaltation of larks.
Yeah, all of that stuff is just in your backyard, and right when they go to ripen.
But they're small enough that you can easily put bird netting over them.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were in England, how many areas with vegetables and different things were enclosed?
Yes.
You know, they would build huge frames to cover the entire garden.
And there was actually one. It was the garden that you were most fascinated by. It was a woman's home. It was an old historic home, and it was a woman who kind of showed us her garden.
Oh, Long Barn?
Long Barn.
Yeah.
There was actually a bird in the netting, and I went to her. I'm like, oh, is that like, I didn't know. Like, it was only one bird in this little structure, and I'm like, oh, is that like a bird that you have? And she's like, oh no, they just get in there sometimes, and you can't get them out. And I'm like laughing because she's just like,
what do they do? They just die in the netting?
I don't.
No, underneath.
Yeah.
It was not tangled.
No, it wasn't tangled.
Yeah, it was just under the netting.
Under the netting. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was like an atrium that she was keeping them in, and she's like, oh, no.
Jan mentioned that she was growing her blueberries
near Sacramento,
Near Sacramento.
Great area.
I think it's cold up there.
Yeah, she probably could grow almost any type of blueberry up there, but, Sacramento does get hot in the summer.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you give them extra water. And they're like avocados.
Mm-hmm.
If they do turn brown, the leaves fall in the winter anyway.
Yeah.
And they come out in the spring with new ones. But do make sure to keep the soil acidified. There's some blueberries of the southern highbush types. I think, is it full moon? No, it's not full moon. It's something moon. It'll come to me. But they're the size of a quarter almost.
Yeah, well,
they're huge.
It's amazing when you
need
grow
a knife and fork
some
to eat
fruit, what the size it can get that you're not accustomed to seeing. I mean, pomegranate, for example, is a great growing plant for Southern California and into Northern California. They grow pomegranates. When you have a pomegranate plant in your backyard, you can grow a pomegranate the size of your head. You've never seen a pomegranate on the grocery store like that, but they get massive fruit when you actually kind of grow them
about
yourself.
the
And if you have
size of your head.
I've seen some big pomegranates.
And if you have a huge ego, imagine the size they'll get.
It was this big.
my fishing story, right?
Exactly.
The one that got away.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have seen it. I had a pomegranate and then a bird came.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
a pterodactyl. Took it away.
Questions, comments, 855-424-9825. John at GardenAmerica.com. Facebook Live as we continue hour number 2, 14 minutes after the hour. Plans today, Tiger. Beautiful day here in San Diego.
Yeah, I'm going to work in the yard. I've got some planting to do. I've got my freesias to plant. I've got some California poppies that I'm going to plant, some more Linaria, some of my I'm not going to plant my dianthus yet, but, those are started. Some weeding to do.
It's a great day, though, for that.
Oh, right?
To be outside.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
By the way, the blueberry variety I was thinking of, South Moon.
South Moon. I've never seen that one before.
Now, John, is that one that doesn't need the cold so much?
It's a southern highbush variety,
okay.
But it would probably do really well up in the Sacramento area. But it's got really large fruit and extremely prolific.
Size of your head, right?
You have to cut them off with a chainsaw.
I have a comment about that, but I'm thinking it might not be politically correct, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Oh.
You can wait during the break if you'd like.
Hey, and after the break, I know we have a break coming up in just
Couple of minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
After the break, we had that raffle. The
I wonder
Veggie
who
Pod
won.
raffle.
The newsletter raffle. If you are a subscriber of the newsletter.
Exactly. And so we have our winner to announce after the break when people come back. And some super exciting news is that it went so well that Veggie Pod and the other vendors are allowing us to do another one later in the spring.
Okay, so if you didn't win this time, you get another chance.
Yeah.
And again, just to recap, $500 worth of merchandise.
Includes Veggie Pod, includes some seeds, DeWitt tools, some Fertilone products, some HB 101, everything you need to get your garden started except for the soil.
And you have to be a subscriber of the newsletter. If you're not, go to gardenamerica.com, top right-hand side of the page.
Yep.
Just subscribe. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
The information we don't share with anybody.
And you get great info. I mean,
Yes.
as John was reading the quote of the week earlier in the show.
Upcoming guests.
Articles. We get to see what else is happening in people's yards.
Pictures.
Because we get pictures sent to us every week from
Right.
people. So we see, it's always fun to see what else is going on in people's yards.
If anybody has any chickens, by the way, in their backyard, we'd like to see them. Send us a picture of your chickens in your backyard and your coop. Right now, though, we're going to take a break and come back. Get your questions, comments ready. Facebook Live, or, of course, you can call us when I talk on the phone. Again, 855-424-9825 to Biz Talk Radio as we stream around the world and across the country. Bryan, Maine, Tiger, Palafox, John Bagnasco. Facebook Live, having a good time. Hope your weekend's good. We're going to take a break, coming right back after this.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to wavewater411.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to wavewater411.com. That's wavewater411.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9658. 800-915-9658.
800-915-9658. That's 800-915-9658.
I can't get my computer to work.
Let me help you with that.
How'd you do that?
I just got techie with Geeks on Site.
Our geeks literally come on site. No need to stop what you're doing or block off time. We come to your home, office, or wherever you are. And we don't just fix whatever computer issues you might be having. We explain and teach you along the way so you can feel empowered and then help others at home or in your office. Better yet, don't have time for tech support to come to you? Let us remote into your desktop or laptop, and one of our geeks will instantly walk you through. Call 1-800-584-9039 and we will help you instantly. We offer affordable prices on our remote services and IT support. You and those in your office will never have to wait hours to have your technical questions answered. Get your free computer diagnosis today with your very own geek. Call 1-800-584-9039. That's 1-800-584-9039. And get started now.
Missed an episode of your favorite show? No worries. Catch all the episodes on demand at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
We should also mention John's also right here besides John at gardenamerica.com. John is sitting with us in the studio. And we are back. I'm Bryan, Maine Tiger, Palafox, John Bagnasco, 855-424-9825. Questions, comments right there on Facebook, and we'll immediately try to answer whatever's on your mind. We had the blueberry question. Anything else going on, John, you can see? Did we wake up, John?
I just got
He just woke up his computer.
No. Somebody wants us to ask Shelley a question, but it's a little bit too late, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Unless,
Maybe post it on the Facebook feed.
What is the question anyway, John?
Oh, I thought we already asked this. Okay, I'm sorry.
Isn't this fascinating radio?
Yeah.
You know what happened is that I had my email opened up on two different windows.
And so you look at the old
one window had been answered. And the other window, I hadn't opened those yet.
Oh, you're funny.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm starting to get dizzy here.
Okay, we're going to be talking. Now we get to talk about the big contest, the raffle, what's going on, the winner, and future
who won?
prizes.
Yeah, so what we were giving away and what we gave away for anybody that was a subscriber to our newsletter got an opportunity to win a medium veggie pod, HB 101, some Natural Guard products, some botanical interest seeds, some DeWitt tools, some Milorganite fertilizer, and everything you needed to get this garden started this spring. And our subscriber that won goes by the name of Cameron Carter. Cameron Carter was our winner. I believe he is in Texas somewhere.
Does Cameron know yet? Have we notified Cameron?
We have notified Cameron, so we're going to be shipping that out in the next 2 weeks, and then we hope to see some pictures posted soon when he receives it. So we're really looking forward to that. But for those of you that didn't win this time around, it was so successful that the vendors appreciated it so much that they've agreed to do another one. We're going to do another one coming up later in the spring. So if you didn't subscribe the first time around, subscribe again, and you'll have another opportunity to win.
So let me ask you this. Because this raffle included most of everything you need for spring, since we're doing it later on in the spring, would we alter what might be in that package or just keep the same thing? Because of the seasonal changes.
Yeah, we'll alter the seeds.
Okay.
We'll alter the seeds. That'll be more for, summer plantings and things of that
Everything
nature.
else is the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you can use it year-round.
Now, John, you do root rose cuttings in a small veggie pod, right?
Yes.
And find it very successful.
Yeah, I've got to move my veggie pod now to a new location.
To where? It's almost like, you guys have a storage unit right now?
I told you to come and help me. If you would help me move my roses, you could see where these are going to go.
You know what? We have one of those storage units that we can't get rid of because we have too much stuff. And every year the price goes up and up.
I have two storage units.
I really hope
now.
you're not moving your veggie pod into a storage unit, though.
No. It's going to be moved to the property.
Good.
Right now, I'm putting the roses out on weed mat that we've laid down and setting up drip so that they can be watered automatically.
Would you have you probably won't do this, have your daughter, since she's a decent photographer, I'd like to see this property. I'd like to see, now before you start building, what it looks like. And by the way, you can send it to us, and we'll post it in our newsletter or maybe Facebook. How about that, John?
Why don't you come up and take some pictures?
Instead of what's growing in my garden, here's what I'm building.
Is there any reason that you and Dana can't come up, take us to brunch or something, and then go take pictures?
Yeah. There is no reason.
Other than I don't want to.
Well, no, I mean
cleaning fish tanks.
I mean, that's cleaning fish. That's a long drive. I got to go through 2 fruit inspections. I've got to get I've got to get what they call a local visa passport.
I know you were hoping the bullet train would go that way, because then you'd be able to come and see me.
You know what? We should do that. That does sound like a good idea. After the show, drive up there, pick up Dana, drive up there.
There you go.
But you're really busy. So
well, next week I'm going to be working there, and I could use both you guys to help me
on the property.
Yeah,
on the property. Have you seen it, Tiger?
I've only seen pictures. I haven't been up
there.
there.
So they're pictures.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Joe showed me pictures.
Get your son to post pictures.
Yeah.
Well, he may have. I don't know.
Yeah, John, do you look at our Facebook page during the week?
Never. Never. I don't really know how to do Facebook.
Yeah, but I mean, well, you can just look at it. Because like during the week, people ask us questions during the week that Tiger and I try to answer or respond to.
Oh, good.
Because
I'm glad you guys are doing that.
Because they show up in our email, so we know to go to Facebook, and sometimes that they're already answered, or Tiger has answered them, or Mission Hills Nursery. A lot of great posts by Mission Hills Nursery. So check it out. It's Garden America Radio on Facebook, John.
Yeah, I've got too much to do right now.
You got a lot going on. You do.
I told you I just got in 110 roses that all have to be potted up.
I thought you said 1,000 roses.
No, that was $1,400 is what they cost.
Okay.
But 110, no. 1,000 roses is what I'm moving to my property. If I just got in 1,000, Brian, that would be silly.
How's Cliff Ornt doing? What's the story with him and his desert roses?
Well, he sent a truck down to my property, which was nice.
That was very nice.
Loaded with roses, about 80 roses, 5-gallon cans that we set up on drip. By the way, a lot of members of the Rose Society are helping me set up the area, and I gave away a lot of Cliff's roses to them, so they have a home.
That's great.
You could come pick out a rose if you want.
George Burns?
No George Burns.
I know, you told me, go to Home Depot. They probably sell George Burns at Home Depot, right?
I think Tiger sells George Burns, doesn't he?
Do you, Tiger?
Usually.
Really?
Usually we have George
Yeah.
Burns.
You know what? I got to come by. That's right. You know what? I'll come to see you someday, John. Mission Hills Nursery is much closer. Tiger should be asking me why I don't come by there more often.
Yeah.
The last time I was there was when you and I loaded the veggie pod.
No, I went to your house.
You went no,
No,
no.
you got one from the nursery.
From the nursery, and we drove it to my place.
That's right.
And set it up, and I had it for two years, and now Tiger has it and is very successful. Is that it? Just dead air? We're going to stop the show right here.
It's a success.
We're done talking.
No, I was gonna start the conversation. Since it is springtime, and our focus has been a lot on vegetables and kind of springtime flowers. But still, one of the popular trends that's happening right now is a lot of houseplants and succulent houseplants, and we're just kind of coming out of this winter time of year where everything's been kind of shut in. If you do have houseplants or, plants that are in the interior spaces, this is a great time of year to bring them out, put them on your patio, give them a good wash down, give them a good soaking that drains right through. And, you can leave them out during days that are, in the mid 70s or so in a part shade area. No problem at all the full day. And it's not even that cold at night, but it helps them just kind of get that fresh air, wash off the dust that's been built up.
But part shade is important.
Yes. You don't want to put them in the full sun because they will burn.
Like John's sunburn analogy.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. And bring them in at night if it gets cold because they still can't tolerate those cold temperatures.
Okay, approaching 30 minutes after the hour, we are open for business. Questions, comments. Don't let the dead air scare you away. We are back and going to be here for the next half hour at 855-424-9800 at GardenAmerica.com. Facebook Live. Questions, comments, thank you so much. We're going to step aside, take a break. Garden America, happy weekend from John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, Bryan and Megan here on Garden America.
Have you heard about Biz TV? Biz TV is the home for America's entrepreneurs, small businesses, and those who want to succeed in life. It's the only national television network committed to airing original, high-quality, educational, and inspirational programming about real business people. Biz TV can provide the right kind of ideas, motivation, and education to help fuel the next generation of business owners. Visit biztv.com and call your satellite or cable service provider to request Biz TV.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-935-0752 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-935-0752. That's 800-935-0752. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
A non-attorney spokesperson paid for by Openjar. Attention, hernia repair surgeries are one of the most common surgeries performed in the United States, with over 1 million procedures performed annually. However, a popular mesh product has been linked to severe complications. If you had a hernia mesh implanted and have experienced chronic pain, infection, adhesions, wound reopening, mesh migration, bowel obstruction, or need a replacement or revision surgery, then call the Hernia Mesh Helpline now at 800-688-9038. Our network of attorneys are ready to fight for you. Call 800-688-9038, 800-688-9038.
If you suffer from heartburn or other digestive-related disorders, then there is a new, safe, better, and natural alternative to better digestive wellness and heartburn relief. Praxid not only provides relief of heartburn, but Praxid takes a 360-degree approach to support better digestion, protect you from harmful bacteria, and also balance your stomach to improve digestive functions.
We like to think of it as the multivitamin of digestive health.
It's the only product to combine all natural ingredients known for the digestive health properties into a single patented product. Praxid also comes in easy-to-carry packs. Praxid relieves, restores, and maintains a healthy digestive system. Praxid is available here for only $39.95. Shipping and handling is free, and your money back is guaranteed.
To take advantage of this special radio offer, call now. 1-800-829-5685. That's 1-800-829-5685. 1-800-829-5685.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut your income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury or illness, or your boss just cutting back your hours. It doesn't really matter how you got in over your head. It only matters that you are and that we're here to help. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free, then call Action Debt and do it now. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. You just don't think it's fair, and neither do we. This is not bankruptcy or just a simple rate reduction plan. We fight for you using our proven experience in the insider programs that credit card companies try to hide. If you owe at least $10,000 to the credit card companies, you owe it to yourself to call Action Debt at 800-384-7099. Just because you got in over your head doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Call 800-384-7099 today and we can be on your side tomorrow. 800-384-7099. 800-384-7099.
Watch some of your favorite shows on Biz TV. Check to see if you get Biz TV by going to biztv.com. And now, back to Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is 35 minutes after the hour. Questions, comments. This is a horticultural garden show. Sometimes we drift off topic, but it's always a lot of fun. And we do it every week right here, kicking things off 8 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, 11 o'clock Eastern time zone. With that said, good afternoon to our friends on the East Coast. Congratulations to Cameron in Texas, who won the great big raffle for being a subscriber to the newsletter. Once again, go to gardenamerica.com, top right-hand corner, subscribe to the newsletter. You won't regret it, and it's always a good time. And now if you do that, you got a chance to win another big old raffle with $500, Tiger, coming up into spring.
Yeah, it's super fun stuff. Before the break, we were chatting about houseplants, taking care of them during this time of year. It is springtime. You can take them outside, give them a good wash down, good watering.
Don't forget, too, you take your silk plants outside and
wash them off
and spray them
well.
down, because it takes way too long to try to dust each leaf.
Exactly. I have a fiddly fig in our living room environment. And
I've always liked that plant. I don't know why.
You like the name, fiddly fig.
Yeah, but it's just this big, huge, leathery leaf. It's just really cool.
Take a picture of it, Tiger.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask John, because through the winter, like all last spring and all last summer, it grew nicely. But then it's inside. But through the winter, I haven't seen any growth. Now, I did take it out a month ago and noticed that it was getting a lot of water in there. So I drained it all out to make sure. And I haven't watered it as much as I was. But I think I'm starting to see some new growth on it now. Is it just as seasonal as the other plants, kind of a thing, even though it's inside?
Well, it's a tropical plant, so it's used to growing 12 months a year.
Okay.
But during the winter, lower light conditions, and light is what, on most ficus, light is the determining factor in how they're going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So in the winter, when the lower light conditions occur, you're not going to get any growth. It kind of goes dormant, even though it's an evergreen plant.
Okay.
The more light, the more it's going to grow.
Hey, a question from Rick.
Okay.
Wants to know when to harvest garlic.
Ooh.
That's a John.
Depends on the meal. Depends on the meal. How much garlic you need.
Yeah, if you're Italian, I love garlic. There's nothing better than onions and garlic in a kitchen.
And it's super easy to grow, which is really nice. And as far as when to harvest it, it's, there's a lot of varieties of garlic out there.
Would it depend on the variety?
Yeah, because, they all grow to different sizes and stuff. But garlic is also one of those root crops that you can almost harvest once you get it up to a decent size. It's not like it ripens per se, because you just harvest it and then you use it as you would. But, usually when it gets to about the size of
But the tops start to turn brown, right?
The top of the garlic bulb, right? Or the tips?
No, the leaves.
The tips of the leaves?
When the leaves start to turn brown, then the plant is ready to harvest.
Is ready?
It's usually a full growing season. So
I was going to say,
from the time
you
put in the clothes, you're looking at about, my guess would be about 7 months, 6 to 7 months to get nice heads of garlic.
And you see flowers on it also, right?
I thought they were biennial, so it would be.
Really?
No, maybe they're not. Maybe they're like onions. You see them the first year.
Yeah.
Rick, I hope that
But
helps
I would
you.
cut the flowers off.
Right. I was going to, mention like
Same
that's
thing
like
you do on onions.
that's like the time when you kind of can see that you kind of like, oh, I got to harvest them now.
You know something we haven't had for a few years? Do you remember, Brian, we were selling walking onions?
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to those?
They walked away.
They're gone. They got up and absquatulated.
I know our friend Alice at Lockhouse Plants at one time was selling I think 5 different varieties of walking onions.
Was there any running ones? Just walking.
Just walking. The Egyptian walking onion was the one that we sold.
And did she? Obviously, she's not growing those anymore.
I don't know. I don't know.
They got a lot of work ahead of them getting everything back up and running.
I think they're pretty much in full production right now.
Are they back up and running?
Yeah, we got a shipment from her of some grafted plants and the yacon that I was talking about. So I potted up all the little grafted liners this week into larger sizes, and those will be shipped the week of April 22nd. So again, if you don't have your order in, get it in quick, because
GardenAmerica.com.
Yeah, this year we probably have 30% less plants than we did the previous year because of that crop failure that we had. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Shut down. So yeah, as far as Rick's question, I hope that we answered it.
Yeah.
If you start to see it flowering, definitely time to harvest it. If you see the brown tips on the foliage, harvest it as well. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those things that you can harvest early, and it's not going to be a big problem, because you kind of probably want a few of them growing in sequence, where you don't just have a whole bunch at once.
Harvest one's ready.
Yeah.
Next
but
one's
you don't
ready.
Use a lot of garlic, which is a problem too. I mean, you only use like 1 clove of garlic whenever you're cooking. And how many cloves are in, that bulb?
I was never very good at math. I don't know.
My mom used to eat cloves of garlic while she was cooking.
You know what? I'm not quite there, but I don't blame her. I mean, here's the thing. It smells so good, you just want to just pick it up and just eat it.
Yeah.
But garlic and onions in a pan.
Spicy.
Garlic's
butter,
good for you.
Very good for you.
Yeah.
People take garlic vitamins, garlic pills.
Yeah.
If you put garlics in your socks at night, you have garlic breath in the morning.
Really? Absorbs through your feet.
Yeah.
Really?
You think I'm kidding?
No, it's great for keeping away vampires.
So it absorbs into the pores of your skin.
Well, do you remember our friend Tony Aaron?
Yes.
Had the product Envirapel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was garlic based, and whatever you mix with garlic would penetrate the epidermis of the plant. It would go right into the plant. So he was saying that for instance, malathion, if you spilled malathion on your hand, you could just go wash it off and there'd be no problem. But if you had malathion mixed with garlic, spilled it on your hand, he said you would taste it within a minute.
Wow. Garlic question. Oh, this is why I thought spinosad had garlic in it, but it doesn't.
No, it was the Envirapel.
Envirapel.
Right.
And then we have a question you guys were commenting. We have a listener that's asking, what's the difference between shallots and onions?
Shallots and onions.
So
they're both alliums.
Right. They're both.
And so is garlic. The items, or those are both, all three are in the
same family.
Onion family.
Onion family.
But shallots are milder flavor.
Usually smaller.
Smaller than
onions.
Yeah, smaller than onions. But they're used a lot in French cooking.
Mm-hmm.
They have a more subtle flavor, I guess. But the growing them would be the same way.
Yeah.
Except shallots produce one bulb like onions do, not
like
cloves like garlic, right?
And I would say that, it is confusing because a lot of people confuse shallots with onions. They'll call them onions.
Well, they have
when they're
same
actually
texture.
Yeah, they're actually shallots. And then both. It's funny because you always see garlic sets, onion sets, which are just bulbs that you plant and then they reproduce into other bulbs, kind of a thing, and that's the way that they grow them. But both shallots and onions are extremely easy to start from seed, which is really kind of neat because you can buy a wide variety of seeds for those without buying the set, the bulb, and both of them are really easy to grow from seed. So if you are looking to grow onions or shallots from seed, it's really easy to have. And like I mentioned, onions are one of those ones that you want to plant in sequence because you kind of use an onion every so often. Shallots are one of those ones that you definitely want to plant in sequence also because you kind of harvest them.
So you always have
use
one.
a group, But then you need a few weeks later another group to kind of come along, because you usually use more than one shallot when you're cooking.
And onions, though, you've got to make sure whether or not you're planting long day or short day onions.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you plant long day onions in the winter, you're not going to get any production, and vice versa in the summer.
It's that whole winter-summer thing, time zone, daylight
well,
savings time.
some onions, long day onions like Walla Walla, which is...
it's in Washington, isn't it?
It is in Washington. But we can't grow those in Southern California because our days are never as long as they need to be in order for those to truly ripen.
We're too far south.
Yeah. And then there's the one that people really, or the varieties that people look to plant in onions are Maui onions and Vidalia onions because they're kind of sweet onions.
Oh, yeah.
But usually you can't find those because those are common names. The one you want to find is yellow Granex, Granex, and that's the same thing as a Maui or a Vidalia.
It is break time. We've got one more segment coming up on this Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon here, Garden America, at 855-424-9825. Biz Talk Radio, of course, streaming live, and Facebook Live with your questions. Rick had his questions answered just like that. Quickest way to do it. Thank you for joining us at 45 minutes after the hour as we take time for these commercial messages from our very fine sponsors.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide home security for your home for less than $1 a day. For real, with no installation or equipment charges. And this is from a company rated #1 by a leading consumer research company. According to the facts, most of you won't even call unless there's a burglary in your neighborhood or something bad happened. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-915-8941. Americans are going crazy for a new Italian diet pill that burns 3 times more fat than dieting alone. And the next 100 callers get 3 bottles for free. free. Sold under the brand name Invigorate 3X. This powerful pill triggers metabolic acceleration, a process that's deficient in most Americans, making weight loss a hassle. But a new study shows 30 pounds gone in 90 days with just 2 capsules a day. Julie B. of Nashville. Flying order. Call 1-800-932-1789 now to get started. Call in the next 10 minutes and also get a free bottle of the doctor's Ultra Detox. And don't forget your free 14-day diet fix. No obligation and 100% free when you call right now. 800-932-1789. 800-932-1789. This message is sponsored by AmeriGlide, featuring the nation's best prices on a home stair. Are you having a difficult time getting around your home? Do you avoid going up and down the stairs? Have you even considered moving from your lifelong home just to avoid the stairs? Forget about moving and call AmeriGlide and learn how an easy-to-install stair lift is the perfect solution to help you get your freedom back. Plus, we guarantee the nation's best prices. Make this free call today to learn more. No sales visits are necessary. We can help you over the phone. Now you can stay in the home you've been in for decades. Please do yourself or your loved one a favor. Make this simple 2-minute call right now. Get the lowest price on a stair lift anywhere. Here's the number: 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. That's 800-886-7342.
From Main Street to Wall Street, we have the business content you need. So sit back, take notes, and tell your friends about Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It's a quick 2 hours. We are down to our final segment. Top of the hour coming up, news on many of these Biz Talk Radio affiliates. And, of course, we're back every Saturday. And this weekend, no exception. We've got one more segment to go. So questions, comments, conversations. What do you think, John? What's going through that mind of yours?
Well, we have an email from Bill in Napomo.
Okay. What's Bill up to?
Well, it's the subject is help.
1965 Beatles. Right?
This is more like help.
Oh, okay.
And he says that they lost some melon seedlings to seed corn maggots. And any suggestions for control?
I don't know what a seed corn, what is it? Maggots?
Maggot. You know what a maggot is?
I do. I have a lot of, never mind.
Seed corn maggots are active in the early spring, so this time of year. And they're usually not a problem the rest of the year, but it's important to protect your seedlings this time of year if you've got the problem. And they are kind of difficult to control. So one thing you could do would be to start your seedlings in peat pots or something like that. Let them get to be a certain size and then put them outdoors. Or makes a product.
I'm trying to think of what would.
Well, they.
Citrus. They don't. Yeah. I don't know if they list vegetable on it.
Well, you might. I guess you could Google that, and the imidacloprid will kill them also.
Yeah.
But you've got to make sure that you're putting it down at the right rate because imidacloprid's a systemic, and has to be used differently on edibles.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the one that we're talking about is it's actually a very low rate of imidacloprid already,
right?
And compared if you were to buy like the tree and shrub one, because
which lasts for a year.
Yeah, exactly, a much higher rate of imidacloprid. So as you're mentioning, you can see imidacloprid in a lot of products, but the one that's specifically designed for citrus and vegetables is much lower rate.
Right. Yeah, and as always, you make sure you read the label, so you're putting it down at the right dilution
rate,
yeah.
Right time, stuff like that. Yeah. So that'll solve that maggot problem, though? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, look at that. That's why I come here.
What did you learn new yesterday, John?
I don't even want to go over it. That's old news, Brian.
It's old news.
This is probably the best time of year for roses. You know, they come out with all that nice, new, fresh foliage.
You know what my favorite part of a rose is?
The foliage?
Yep.
Really?
The leaves. Love it when they're brown and then turn that dark green.
Yeah, I like that purple color that they
purplish,
come. It
yeah.
depends on the variety. But roses are loaded, at least in Southern California right now, are loaded with flower buds. And, you know, they're starting to bloom. And I noticed a bunch of aphids too, but I guess maybe because I'm moving, I'm just shooting the aphids off with a stream of water.
Right, and because you're moving so many roses, you're going to notice a lot more.
Yeah, that could be too.
Sure. It's like you buy a pink car, all you see now are pink cars around. It's that same theory.
I've never bought a pink car, Brian.
An example, you've seen the Mary Kay car, pink Cadillacs, right?
I have.
But it's
but
like
I
anything.
never saw them everywhere.
Yeah. But it's like I remember, like I bought, one year I bought a Ford, was it a Ford Focus, and then from then on, the next few months, that's all I saw on the road.
Really?
Yes.
You go through a lot of cars. You go through a lot more
He
cars
likes his
than
cars.
I
I
did.
do. I go through a lot. You're not a car guy.
No.
You'd be happy with just an old beater.
That's pretty. Yeah. Well, the car that I just
What
got
you
rid
have.
of was a 20-year-old Nissan.
Well, how long did you drive that Lexus for? I think you had one of the first Lexuses on the market for a long time.
I don't
It was a
know.
long
I
time.
usually go get a car like every 10 years.
Yeah. I'm a 3-year lease guy.
That's plenty. You know, I've been finding a lot while I've been packing things up, you know, and putting them in storage and getting ready for the move. And yesterday I found my bicentennial license plates from Michigan.
1976.
Yeah. I saved them. I don't know why, but
That's kind of cool.
They look pretty nice.
Speaking of cars, next week we have on Alan Hain, and he's a lawn care expert. One of our associates from Milorganite. We're going to be talking about taking care of your lawns, diseases, how to cut the lawn, how to treat for problems, how to fertilize your lawn. So super exciting show next week on Saturday, 8 a.m. Alan Hain.
Alan Hain. Speaking of cars, right? Great.
You like that? You
That's
like that
great
segue?
Boom. You had me, cars, really? We had a car talk next week?
Yeah, exactly. No, he's a great guy. It'll be fun to chat with him. Super high energy, lots of good info. And you know, if you have any questions about taking care of a lawn, he'll be able to answer it for you.
This is probably the time of year when it's really important to do something to your lawn too, whether it's weed killers, fertilizers, all kinds of things need to be done. Seed if you're going to be planting a lawn.
Yep.
This is the time of the year. Of course, everything's starting to grow, but that means that with it comes a lot of other pests and things like that. Everybody's waking up.
Yep.
So
yeah. With pests come predators, though.
Yes.
Pests and predators. I was at a client's house when they had gophers, and we were just commenting, and we were just saying on how predators are good for gophers, but we have to treat for gophers because there's no way a predator is going to take care of a gopher problem. I mean, a gopher snake eats what? One gopher
for 6 months,
every month, kind of a thing. An owl.
But most people don't have a lot of gophers.
Well,
no,
gophers
but they're
are
in a canyon. They're in a canyon. They have a lot of gophers.
That's true. Okay, but if you're just looking at your backyard, chances are you have one gopher.
One gopher
because they're solitary.
Yeah.
But a canyon, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, there's a whole condominium complex in there, kind of a thing. But yeah, the predators. People are like, I'll put an owl box. It's like that owl eats one critter every month.
I would like to have an owl. As much as John
Owls are
wants a
cool.
hedgehog, I think an owl would be very cool.
Do you know
It's
what?
like a ninja.
I guess I mostly talk about exotic animals and then
That's
never
okay.
never get them. But beside the guinea fowl that I've been looking into possibly getting, the one thing that I've wanted my entire life was a marmoset. So I found out where to get them. But you've got to build the right facility. You can't just turn marmosets loose. You need a little heated box for the keep them
Be the
warm in the
smart
winter.
marmoset coop person.
We'll talk more about marmosets next week. Thank you so much for your support on
Thank
Garden
you.
America, whether you're a Facebook viewer, a listener, whatever, and interact with us every week. Thank you so much. I want to thank the good folks at Biz Talk Radio, Zach and the guys keeping us on the air, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. We'll see you back here next week, and until then, get growing America. Take care.
Listen on the go.